Hi everyone. Hoping this is my last reading for the day. I'm a little bit spent, but really had a lot of stuff that I wanted to share because I woke up with a lot of just downloads of information, a lot of souls, a lot of people reaching out, wanting guidance to me in my sleep, which I really believe, and you don't have to think that way. That's how I experience my life. So this last message is for Aquarius, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get another bunch done, and then by the next day we'll have all the signs read and we can go back to normal programming. But like I also know it's like I've been kind of like dipping my toe in and out, and I know it's also a numbers game. Like you want to, the people that I see that do have followings, which can eventually get you a membership and whatever, they post every day, and so I know that like I need to like be a little bit more like just give in to that. If this is what I want to do, I need to let myself be an open channel and acknowledge that I need rest from channeling. So, but yeah, maybe that's something for you, Aquarius. I feel like you're at the end of the line with something. I feel like you've made a clear decision about something, and it was like final and harsh, maybe for another person, maybe like ending a relationship. You're such a master communicator because you're Aquarius, and you know you're like the final communication. You're like the final evolution of the communicative signs, so you really have great skills. You also, like Pisces, have many talents, many masterful at many things. Thing is here, Aquarius, I think that you are really stuck because I think that the person that you're leaving is letting you go. Like they're just like, okay, like I get it, you want to be on your own, and it's not that you regret that. Like you're like, this wasn't working, I need to move on, that's fine. But like now that they've given you the freedom you want, you don't know what to do with yourself, and you're like, what do I freaking do? I think the other person, so Aquarius is a sign really about freedom, similar to Sagittarius. Really need that freedom, really need to be not under anyone's thumb. So like you may have felt that way in this relationship that you were in, and maybe it was with somebody who's more like maybe like a feminine sign. You're a masculine sign, and maybe it was with another fixed sign, which can be very hard because it's like two fixed mentalities. Usually Aquarius does better with someone who's mutable, someone who can adhere to their will or their like things. I'm also getting, Aquarius, that you really are in a time of like, you want to be on your own. I think you may have spent a long time in a relationship that was problematic, not only because of things that you were doing, but I think the other person put pressure on you that it's not that you didn't want to help them, but you actually just really couldn't. And from where you were in your life, I think you would limit communication with this person at times because you felt so overwhelmed with your stuff, which I get that. But at the same time, I see that that's why the person left, because they were like, this isn't fair to me. And I think that you're looking for something, actually a new relationship. I think you may be talking to someone else, or interacting with someone who doesn't ask the same demands of you, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm saying you might be someone who needs to be in a relationship that's a little more non-traditional. You may have been trying to make it work with someone who's very traditional in some sense, and maybe they were like looking for marriage and the whole kit and caboodle, and you were like, I don't know, for like a really long time. And also I'm saying that you maybe have some, Aquarius can be a money sign, because, and even with numerology, you could have some big money numbers in your numerology, because just where it sits in the zodiac can be a sign about income, but and just good fortune, luck, like just finding luck for like no reason. And it's a sign of hopes and wishes. The thing is, I think that you've lost sight of your own hopes and wishes. I think you were maybe serving this other relationship as if it was part of some greater, like, it made you feel good about yourself to be a rescuer for this relationship. But then I think you would at times just like tune out and not be involved, which isn't really a relationship. I think this is actually just someone that you maybe kept on your strings, kept on your, you kept stringing them along a little bit, which is sad, but I'm not gonna blame you. I mean, I think that that's your freedom stuff. I think you need to get real about what you can give in a relationship and either find someone who's asking that amount of effort, or somebody who like is okay with what you can offer, which I feel like is not super much right now. I think you're maybe interested in sex, finding someone you can meet those sexual needs, maybe someone who can help with the money needs. And I'm not seeing the need to connect with someone on a great intellectual level, although maybe there's a lot of talking going on in the relationship. I'm not seeing that you're looking for some great mind connection right now. Because I think this last relationship was very mentally stimulating, and it was a lot. And the person, I think at a certain point, what really happened was they were like, I'm kind of not pleased with you. And you were like, I don't take criticism from people who are less smart than me, that is a little bit of a negative part of the Aquarius, that you think you are the smartest, but you really are so smart. You really are like the height of the intellectual signs, or the communication signs, which rules intellect. The thing is, there's different kinds of intelligence in this world. And that's why Pisces really is the most brilliant sign, because they're the end of the wheel. But they have, and similar to Scorpio, the genius of intuition. I mean, you have intuition too. A lot of Aquarius people can be psychic, but it's a mental intuition rather than a bodily intuition. Like, you may be able to tell someone, hey, don't do that because this is going to happen if you do that. Like, you may be able to see it very clearly, and the other person may be like illogical. So you have this sort of gift of foresight that's like led by logic. But then there's another kind of intuition that comes from the gut and the enteric system. I don't think you're connecting with that right now. I think that you're also cut off from the heart space. And I think that you're judging a lot of people to feel safe, especially this older relationship that you've like let go. I think you're just like, oh, that person was like this and that and whatever anyway, it wasn't worth it anyway. But I think actually truly there's some regret here for how it ended, how you treated them, and that they finally were like, I can't do this anymore. And I think you're seeing that there's like a specialness to that person, but at the same time, you don't have what this person has demanded of you in your mind. You feel like they're demanding things. Like, it could just be your presence, and you are somewhere else right now. Maybe you're actually literally in a parallel dimension in your mind. Like, I'm not discounting that Aquarius people can't like be incredibly futuristic. So maybe you're like literally in a different a parallel mental reality to this old relationship. Then the other person can't catch up. And yeah, I'm also seeing that you just aren't there emotionally. Like, you're so in your mind with the, like, you used to be able to offer your mind as compassion to this old relationship, and now you've taken that away too. So they feel very like hurt, but I think that you know that, and you're still like, this is my choice. This is my choice to move on, to end this. And that is a teaching of Aquarius. It's sudden change. Uranus teaches us sudden change, unpredictability. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying how you handled the dynamic in the relationship is wrong either. I'm saying look at for yourself. What unpredictable change have you not been ready for? And that may have to do with the heart chakra opening, with actually this new relationship that you are thinking is not so intellectual. You're thinking you're safe because you're hanging out in these upper chakras with this person. You're talking about funny things, silly things, light things. You're not getting down here, not getting down here, not getting into the trauma. So once this new relationship develops a little more, I think you're going to see that you're going to have to offer a little more of yourself too here as well. So I hope that you can figure that out, and I really wish you the best of luck. I'm sending you so much love. I do have a soft spot for the sign, and I think if you follow your North Star, which you relate to the sign, I mean the card in the tarot of the star, you will see that there is guidance for even the most nonconformist of us. There is family, there is belonging, and I think that's part of why you left this old relationship, because you didn't feel a belonging anymore, a sense of belonging, and I think it's okay to honor that. So I really wish you the best, and I hope you have a great day.